Welcome students. In today's module, we are going to study the preparation of alcohols. Alcohols can be prepared by various methods like hydration, hydroboration, reduction reactions. So let us start with a starting material like alkene. From a simple alkenes, we can prepare the alcohols by two methods. One is by acid catalyzed hydration, second one is by hydroboration followed by oxidation reactions. Let us see the first one by acid catalyzed hydration reaction. As the name itself says, acid catalyzed hydration, that means addition of water in presence of the acid catalyst. See how it is going to work. Alkenes on reacting with water in presence of the acid catalyst, it is going to give the alcohol. The simple example, I have taken one symmetrical alkene in which I have added the H2O. The water H2O I will write as HOH, in which we are having the two parts H plus and OH minus, which you have already studied in the ionic equilibrium. Water will easily dissociate into H plus and OH minus in presence of the H plus acid catalyst. When you are having the HOH in presence of the alkene, one of the H plus is going to attack and OH minus is going to attack the another carbon. First, OH minus has been attacked to one of the carbon and proton has been attacked to another carbon, and we are going to get CH and COH, in which H2O has been added across the double bond, which is going to give the alcohol as the final product. The mechanism of the acid catalyzed hydration involve three steps. In the first step, the protonation of the alkene will take place. During the protonation of alkene, the intermediate formed will be the carbocation, and the protonation of alkene will follow the electrophilic attack of H3O plus. H3O plus is nothing but hydronium ion. How we are going to get H2O plus plus H plus, that is water in presence of acid is going to give rise to H3O plus. Now already you are having the alkene in the reaction mixture, which is an electron rich center. The electron rich alkene go and attacks to the proton, that is H of the H3O plus, by shifting of the bond towards the oxygen which was carrying the positive charge, to give rise to CHC plus, where carbocation intermediate is formed along with the byproduct water. Now water which is formed is electron rich center. It is going to act as the nucleophile in the second step. That is what? Nucleophilic attack of water on carbocation. The carbocation plus nucleophilic water attacks, that is one lone pair of electron of the water is go and attack to the carbocation to give rise to an intermediate something like this, CHC, O plus and HH. For getting the alcohol, I am having one hydrogen extra over in the intermediate along with a positive charge over the oxygen. If I remove the hydrogen and remove the positive charge, I am going to get the alcohol. That's nothing but deprotonation. The third step is deprotonation. The deprotonation of the intermediate gives rise to alcohol. See how it is going to take. H2O again attacks to the H, and the electron which is present between the oxygen and hydrogen carrying the positive charge is shifted towards the oxygen to make it neutral and give rise to the alcohol as a final product along with the H3O plus. This H3O plus, nothing but hydronium ion, is regenerated. That means it is going to act as an catalyst. This is about a symmetrical alkene. But what about the unsymmetrical alkene? If you are having the unsymmetrical alkene, addition is going to take place with respect to Markovnikov's rule. Already you have studied what is Markovnikov's rule. The positive part of the adding atom go and attack to the least substituted carbon. Let us take one example, propene, CH3 CH double bond CH2, and I will add HOH, in which H is going to attack to the least substituted carbon, that is CH2. In other words, or in some other books you can also study something like this. The positive part of the adding atom will go and attack to the carbon which is containing more number of the hydrogen. Both the definitions are same. When H has been attacked to CH2, OH has to attack to the CH to give rise to product CH3 CHOH CH3. During the addition reaction towards the alkene, the positive part of the adding compound attack the carbon atom containing more number of the hydrogen, that is Markovnikov's rule. Remember this one. If you look at the nature of the product which is formed is always secondary. You have to note it down, very very important. Acid catalyzed hydration always leads into formation of secondary alcohol. That means it do not yield the primary alcohols. But one exception is there, except in case of ethene, that is compound containing 2 carbon atoms. Now look for the second method by hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation carries out or it contains diborane. Diboranes on reacting with alkene will give rise to trialkyl boranes, which on followed by oxidation in presence of H2O2 gives rise to alcohol. This method will always leads into formation of primary alcohol. Let us see by taking one simple example like propene. In the first case we have ended up with secondary alcohol. Now we will see how it is going to end up with primary alcohol. Propene on reacting with diborane give rise to CH3 C, to which another hydrogen has been attached now. Now you may ask, why does this hydrogen will attack to CH? In the first case hydrogen was attacking to CH2. But if you look at that definition of Markovnikov's rule, positive part will attack to carbon containing more number of hydrogen. In boron compounds we are going to get the hydride ion, that is H minus. Hence H is here negatively charged and H minus will attack to carbon containing the least number of the hydrogens. Hence hydrogen is attached to CH, BH2 is going to attack to CH2 to give rise to product CH3 CH2 CH2 BH2. Now I will take one more alkene, that is same propene. I will continue because the intermediate which is formed again containing the CH2 which can split up into H minus. What I am going to get now? Hydrogen will attack to CH again, something like this. So product formed will be CH3 CH2 CH2 twice BH. When we continue the same for the third alkene, we are going to get CH3 CH2 CH2 thrice B, that is trialkyl boron compound. Now already I have said the intermediate trialkyl boron on oxidation in presence of H2O2, what is going to get? We are going to get the alcohol CH3 CH2 CH2 OH and BOH3, that is nothing but propane 1 all will be the product. How does this OH is going to attack? In H2O2 we are having OH. So one of the OH will be added to alcohol, one of the OH will go along with the boron. This will be the mechanism of the hydroboration followed by oxidation. Second method is reduction. When you are doing the reduction, we require something like the carbonyl compounds. So carbonyl compounds are mainly aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid. Hence again carbonyl compound we are having the two types, by reduction of aldehyde and ketones. Second one by reduction of carboxylic acids. Let us start with reduction of aldehyde and ketones. Aldehyde and ketones on reduction. What do you mean by reduction? Addition of H2. So on reduction in presence of catalyst like finely divided platinum, palladium or nickel catalyst. That means D block elements we are taking mainly because they are having the good catalytic nature. So reduction in presence of catalyst, we are going to get the alcohol. Since the addition of H2 we are taking, it is also called as hydrogenation. And in presence of catalyst, hence it is called as catalytic hydrogenation. Remember, addition of H2 in presence of hydrogen is referred as catalytic hydrogenation reactions. Let us take some simple examples. One of the aldehyde I have taken where R is alkyl group. On addition of H2, hydrogen, one of the hydrogen will attack to the oxygen and one of the hydrogen will attack to carbonyl carbon in presence of the palladium catalyst. Palladium is the commonly used catalyst in the catalytic hydrogenation. What we are going to get? RCOH H2. That means primary alcohol we are going to get. Look at the ketones. We are having the R and R dash. Both the R and R dash may be same or it may be different except hydrogen, because if it is a hydrogen then it is referred as a aldehyde. On addition of H2 in presence of the catalytic hydrogenation, same, one of the hydrogen will attack to oxygen and another to the carbonyl carbon. We are going to get RCHOH R dash, where we have got secondary alcohols. Remember, aldehydes will always leads into primary alcohol, ketones always leads into formation of secondary alcohol. Now note down, alcohols are also prepared by treating aldehyde and ketones with sodium borohydride. That means reduction in presence of sodium borohydride, also in presence of the lithium aluminum hydride, which are stronger reducing agent. Among sodium borohydride and lithium aluminum hydride is the strongest reducing agent. Second note, already I have told you, aldehydes always leads into formation of primary alcohol, ketones leads into formation of secondary alcohol. Second one, from carbonyl compounds by reduction of the carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids, when reduced in presence of the lithium aluminum hydride, because already I have told you lithium aluminum hydride is the strongest hydride reducing agent. If you are using the sodium borohydride, we will not end up with the primary alcohols. If you want to reduce the carboxylic acid, we require the stronger reducing agent like lithium aluminum hydrides. So carboxylic acid, for example RCOH, on reduction with lithium aluminum hydride in presence of water gives rise to RCH2OH, which is an primary alcohol. Out of all this, the commercial method is catalytic hydrogenation. One thing. Second commercial method will be conversion of carboxylic acid into ester. When as carboxylic acids reacted with alcohol in presence of proton catalyst, that is H plus acid catalyst, we are going to get the esters, which on catalytic hydrogenation H2 catalyst we are going to get the alcohols. The third method is using the Grignard's reagent. Grignard's reagent are alkyl or aryl magnesium halides. Alkyl or aryl magnesium halides. The general formula for the Grignard's reagent is RMgX. So aldehydes or ketones on reacting with Grignard's reagent gives rise to alcohols. Let us see the intermediate step or the mechanisms which are involved with the Grignard's reagent. In the first step, nucleophilic addition of Grignard's reagent to the carbonyl carbon will give rise to adduct. Adduct means any compound which is going to be formed by addition reaction of two reagents without elimination of any of the byproduct. That means all the atoms which are present in both the reactants will be seen in the product. Now in the first given example, R C double bond O R dash, we have added the RMgX, that is Grignard's reagent. R, that is alkyl group, will attach to carbonyl carbon because it is partially negatively charged, whereas MgX is positively charged. Once the R is attacked to carbonyl carbon, the lone pair of electron of the C double bond O shifted towards the oxygen, and it will go and attack to the positive part of the Grignard's reagent, that is Mg, forming O minus MgX plus. In the second step, the adduct will be hydrolyzed because I require OH. Hence what will happen? H2O will be added, something like this, RCrOH plus MgOHX. That is H2O will be added, H will go along with the oxygen and OH will go along with the MgX, forming alcohol, and MgOHX will be the product. Remember, Grignard's reagent, when it is reacted with methanol, will leads into formation of primary alcohol. Any other aldehydes except methanol will leads into formation of secondary alcohol, and any ketones will leads into formation of tertiary alcohol. Let us see the example of methanol. Methanol on reacting with methyl magnesium iodide. Methanol on reacting with methyl magnesium iodide gives ethanol. Methanol is formaldehyde, HC double bond OH. Methyl magnesium iodide, CH3MgI. Remember the general mechanism, CH3 should get attacked to the carbonyl carbon and MgI should get attacked to the oxygen. See here, CH3 is attacked to carbonyl carbon and MgI is attached to oxygen, and the adduct formed will be HCH-CH3O MgI. Since CH3 is first attacking, it is a nucleophilic addition. On hydrolysis, that is H2O, what will happen? Oxygen will get the hydrogen, MgI will get the OH, forming CH3CH2OH, that is ethanol plus MgOHI. Next example, by taking any other aldehyde except methanol. Ethanol on reacting with ethyl magnesium bromide gives rise to butane 2-ol or 2-butanol. Ethanol formula is CH3CHO. When CH3CHO attacks to C2H5MgBr, C2H5 will go and attack to carbonyl carbon. Now electron will be shifted towards the oxygen and Mg will attack to oxygen, and we are going to get the adduct. This adduct on further hydrolysis in presence of water gives rise to 2-butanol or butane 2-ol plus MgOH Br. Let us go with the ketones. Ketones on reacting with Grignard's reagent gives rise to a tertiary alcohol. Let us take simple example. Propanone, or common name is acetone. Acetone on reaction with methyl magnesium iodide gives rise to 2-methyl propane 2-ol. Now see, CH3 C double bond of CH3, propane or acetone. When you have taken the methyl magnesium bromide along with the acetone, nucleophilic addition takes place such that CH3 will go and attack to the carbon and oxygen get the negative charge, to which magnesium bromide will be added, gives rise to CH3C CH3 and OMgBr, which on further hydrolysis gives rise to 2-methyl propane 2-ol, or common name is tertiary butyl alcohol, plus MgOH-Br. One of the important concepts, you should remember the reactions with respect to both boards and competitive examinations. Thank you.